Try the website now.
Can anybody hear us?
Not yet.
No.
Okay. Can you guys hear us out there? Are we on?
We're like a few seconds behind. Do you see me?
Alright, we're on.
Oh, yay!
Can people in the comments let others know that we are just going to be on YouTube tonight? Facebook did not work. Oh, are we on Facebook too? If we're on Facebook, that's awesome. Alright, Keith, gotta go. Sorry, you guys.
Thank you for waiting for us.
Thanks for waiting.
That was very stressful over here.
Yes.
But you guys were all very kind, chatting to each other. That was kind of fun to watch.
Okay.
All right. Oh, man. I have always thought that we have the best listeners. You guys are very kind and encouraging and very patient when things don't go according to plan. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for your time, too. We appreciate that.
Yes. So here we are doing our first live concert in 5 years. It's been a while. The last one we did was for Fire and Stone. And yeah, that was 5 years ago. So
Somebody just said, we wait.
We wait, yeah.
Yeah, you waited.
So sorry, you guys.
That's
okay.
So
well, here we go. This is our first song. Back when they danced outside of time, before the stars would rule the night, there was a dove flew o'er the deep, deep water, and that's when he heard the voice of the lion start to speak. Oh, somebody's saying there's a double echo, and I think I know why that is.
Ooh.
Sorry, you guys. Man.
Double echo, man. I have always...
Double echo. Okay. I think we got it. The light hits the water, the colors shine. Oh, but which one do you choose to paint the sky? Blue was the one that won, but it shares her with the others in the evening and dawn. The rest of the colors were falling down. The water came together, and that's when they heard the voice of the lion name the ground. So I'm still dancing to the music from a garden that was so much brighter then, with the echoes from the long forgotten song escaping from my lungs within. You can feel the movement through the overture that's playing if you listen to the end, because the dove and the composer will be dancing when the lion comes again. Cavernous empires of the sea, up through the clouds and on the green ground underneath. Whoa. Citizens rise with the dawn, and that's when they heard the voice of the lion name the new sun, new sun. So I'm still dancing to the music from a garden that was so much brighter then, with the echoes from a long forgotten song escaping from my lungs within. You can feel the movement through the overtures playing if you listen to the end, because the dove and the composer will be dancing when the lion comes again. Because the dove and the composer will be dancing when the lion comes again. All right. Is everybody still there?
Let's check in.
Can you guys still hear us and everything? I think our Instagram Live is suffering.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. So
all the things today.
Okay.
On the
so
internet.
we had earlier today some questions that people asked And the first one was just how are we doing with all the crazy things that are going on, and we're hanging, probably just like all you guys, but it's strange here where we are. It's like everything's kind of closed. I'm taking a lot more walks. I don't know. It's
touching base with family more.
Yeah.
Seeing how everybody is.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it's weird though.
Yeah.
So, I hope you guys are doing well, and wherever you are. Where are you guys streaming in from, I wonder, tonight?
I saw somebody from Brazil earlier. That's cool.
Brazil? Oh, wow. Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
I saw Philadelphia.
New York? Okay.
New York.
Oregon. There you go. I like Oregon.
Do we need to call
What?
Do we need to tell Chris?
Nah.
Okay.
I had a capo somewhere around here, but
You sat on it.
I sat on it. So we never done this before. This is going to be an acoustic version of a song called "See You Again," and so if you're watching this on Instagram right now, we are on our website, thegreyhavensmusic.com, and it's probably going to be better connection than what you guys are getting right now. So here we go. Oh yeah, you have a glockenspiel. Yeah, try it out. See how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. If they got my name on a stone written down, darling, it's the same as where I'm living now. Yeah, we always knew that the day would come, 'cause all we had was a spark. But one day soon, when the sparks all bloom and they're chasing back the dark, I'm gonna see you again on them gold streets, standing next to me. I know, gonna see you again. Darling, won't be long till every trace of trouble is gone. Be together, and I'm not sure what that means, but I know it'll be better than we ever dreamed. When I see you again. So we wait for now till the day has arrived when we meet once more. That I'll say something like, I always knew you could be like this. I saw flashes and glimpses before, but they fade, they seem like a distant dream. Now you're walking through the door. When I see you again on the gold street, standing next to me, I know, gonna see you again. Darling, won't be long till every trace of trouble is gone. Be together, and I'm not sure what that means, but I know it'll be better than we ever dreamed. We leave behind so much left to say, but we'll have time, 'cause with forever there's another day. We leave behind so much left to say. We'll have time, 'cause with forever there's another day. When I see you again on them gold streets, standing next to me, I know, gonna see you again. Darling, won't be long till every trace of trouble is gone. Be together, and I'm not sure what that means, but I know it'll be better than we ever dreamed. Be together, and I'm not sure what that means, but I know it'll be better than we ever dreamed. When I see you again. When I see you again. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Okay, so let's get to some of these questions. Okay, so I guess if you're watching it, our manager's saying if you watch it right on YouTube, the streaming might be a little bit better than it is here. But okay, so Alicia, answer this question real quick.
Yes.
While I'm doing something over here.
Okay, so several people asked, what is our favorite song to perform live and why? And I would say for me, it's probably Gone Are the Days, because I just really love that song. I feel like I can say that more because Dave writes them and I don't, but I just, ever since he started writing that even, it's just like really struck a chord with me. But I think singing it live is special because it's about community and singing about eternity in heaven and the presence of God with other people. And so to do that, seeing people face to face is really special. So we can't see you face to face right now, but we know that you're watching, and we're thankful that you're here.
We had a lot of requests come in today. We did an e-blast and some Instagram posting or whatever, and so we're just gonna play from the list that we got, and most of these songs were requested multiple times. So this one is gonna be "Ghost of a King," and that was actually kind of one of the questions that we got, which was kind of the story behind this song. We also got some questions about kind of the creative process and how I write music, and often say that like books, novels, good stories have kind of taught me how to say things, and like good sermons and authors and the Bible have taught me what to say. And I remember for this next song, "Ghost of a King," I listened to a 3-part series on being born again. And John Piper did it. I forget the name of the series. It's on Desiring God, I think. But I just remember my whole paradigm shift, or my whole paradigm for the new birth kind of shifted. And, when I listened to those 3 sermons, and the different roles that the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit play in the new birth and what happens, and basically the Spirit is kind of opens the eyes and of the unbeliever, and so that they can see Jesus. Jesus is the life, and the faith is the connection point to kind of participate in that life. And so, I don't know, all of these, that's 3 sermons condensed into a very poor summary there in 20 seconds, but this song is kind of what came out of that whole thing. And it goes like this: "Ghost of a King." Ghost of a king on the road when I first felt fire burning to my knees, I fell. Met a ghost of a king on a road, words of fire. He said, "You are a lonely soul with a heart of stone. It rakes against your thirsty bones. Such a lonely soul." Whoa. Said, "I can show you what could save you, but we need to go where no chariot can take you, where the river meets the sand. There's water there that can quench your thirsty bones and make you well, make you well." So I followed the ghost of a king. With every step I tried to see beyond for trace the riverside, but restlessness was my prize. Then we came upon a golden shore, but the voice of fire wasn't coming from a ghost no more. My heart of stone came alive when my eyes were opened up, and I saw that I had come where no chariot can take you, where the river meets the sand. There is water there that can quench your thirsty bones and make you well, make you well. So I knelt beside the river and I drank until I died. But something in the water must have brought me back to life. Where no chariot can take you, where the river meets the sand. There is water there that can quench your thirsty bones and make you well, make you well. Listening from South Korea. Wow. Thank you,
Crazy.
Emily, for tuning in. I wonder what time it is there. So I'm assuming this is only on YouTube. Are you guys streaming from our website right now, or just YouTube in just like your YouTube account? No. I wish I could clap for you. Thank you, Adeline. Okay, so we have some more questions that we wanted to answer. Let me see. We had a very important question from a 3-year-old named Don. Who's your favorite superhero and why? Was the question that came in.
Yeah.
Did you have an answer?
Yeah, my answer is Iron Man.
Iron Man?
Yeah.
Oh, that was going to be mine. Okay,
Really?
so if I had to choose a second one.
We can have the same one.
Probably Thanos.
We,
I'm just kidding.
in our family at dinner, most nights we play Would You Rather. And I don't know how it started, but Simon, our son, he's 4.5. He loves it when we all have the same answer to a question. So.
Oh, right.
So if it's like, would you rather meet Iron Man or Batman? If we all say Iron Man, he like does this thing where he does Iron Man family.
Yeah.
And it's really cute.
He likes when we're all in one opinion.
So we have the same answer.
Okay.
Anyway.
Some other story. Okay, so other stories that came in. So sneak peek. Noah Jimison asks, what is some kind of sneak peeks of future stuff that we're doing? Right now we are at home, kind of a forced at home. We were supposed to be going out on tour this coming mid-April, but like a lot of other tours and everything that got canceled. So the good news is that is getting rescheduled. The John Mark McMillan Wake in the Dream tour is getting rescheduled to October, I think. So look for those dates. Those are, I don't know, be announced soon. So, but in the meantime, we have a lot of time for at home to be writing, which is what we wanted. Which is so weird because it's like this weird coronavirus effect where like you finally get the time that I've always kind of wanted at home, like plate clear, nothing on the calendar, nowhere to be, and kind of this paralysis of thought, has been my experience over the last week with all of this. It's just like kind of this white noise going on and in the back of my mind, like with this whole situation. And it's kind of short-circuiting, I think, the creative process a little bit. But I think
last night you were writing something very cool.
So we're doing as much writing as we can right now. The plan is the rough sketch of a plan is to make some kind of EP in May and make a full-length album in July and August. And so hopefully we'll have a lot of new music for you starting in the fall. We do have another single coming out soon this spring. It'll be another cover song. We're really excited about that one. And yeah, so that's kind of, I don't know, just to go back to the coronavirus thing, and another person kind of asked, like, what are you learning during the, I don't know, do you have any? No? Okay, so I don't really know what I'm learning in this kind of weird season, but yeah, maybe I'll have a better answer after I play this song and I think about it. Multitask. Okay, so we had a set list here. What was the next one we were going to do? We were going to do, I skipped one. So we were going to do Storehouse. We just did a collaboration with John Mark McMillan on this, a redo, and maybe I'll tell you kind of how that came to be after we play it. So here we go. Okay. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse, have mercy, I'll go. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse, have mercy, I'll go. I've been a fool, went down, thought I could walk the line, be just in time to turn it back around. But I fall through that old forbidden door, and though I knew the stakes, still made my way like every time before. I'm over my head and lost, and no, there's no way I'm able to pay back the cost. But this I call to mind, that I'm not alone and I could come back home anytime. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse, have mercy, I'll go. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse, have mercy, I'll go. But you're caught standing still, think you'll be fine. The colors fade, you drift away, you're back to what you know, it's easy what you like. And you don't look back, refuse to turn like I'll build my own makeshift home, but it only ever serves to make it worse. I'm over my head and lost, and the ground feels unstable, and I can't make this stop. But this I call to mind, how the father runs to the wayward son coming back alive. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse, have mercy, I'll go. So I'll go to the storehouse, I'll go to the storehouse, have mercy, I'll go. And even when you fall so hard, even then even then you're not too far gone. Even when you fall so hard, even then you're not too far gone. Even when you fall so hard, even then you're not too far gone. You can come back home. Even when you fall so hard, you can come back home. Even then you're not too far. So I'll go to the storehouse. I'll go to the storehouse of mercy. I'll go. So I'll go to the storehouse. I'll go to the storehouse of mercy. I'll go. So doing okay, so we got a couple people asking about Three Birds in Babylon. I will say, can't play that one tonight. It's a piano song, and we already had some tech issues going on. So to put an electric keyboard in the mix might be a little bit too much. But I'm not ruling out us maybe doing another one of these and getting a piano set up. But I will tell kind of the story behind Three Birds in Babylon, in case you're curious about kind of the symbolism in the song. And it is totally obscure and a bit kind of out there. But let me try to do it in a short, brief, concise way. So the Three Birds in Babylon was kind of inspired by C.S. Lewis' The Great Divorce imagery. So kind of unbelievers in the Great Divorce are kind of described as these people who are not fully solid. You know, grass will hurt their feet. They get in this kind of intermediate state. As the closer they get to heaven, the more and more it hurts to be physically present. And so that's kind of the phantom shadow figure image piece. And then he has this argument called the liar, lunatic, Lord argument that he uses. And, you know, basically saying that either Jesus was a liar or a lunatic, or he was who he says he was. And the three choruses of the song are those three responses. So the first one being, you're a liar, so tricks and charades. You're trying to trick us. This girl who represents the church comes to this city that kind of represents Babylon or godless society. This is why. Anyway, so she comes and says, look at the dawn, and she's met with three responses. And so that is the first chorus response, which is, you know, you're a liar. And the second one is, you're a lunatic, so like a desert mirage kind of thing, like you're imagining things, you're out of your head. And then both of those attempts by this girl to tell these people to look at the dawn are accompanied by birds, so like a lark and nightingale. And the third time she's accompanied by a dove, which I was just trying to symbolize as the Holy Spirit. And on that attempt, the call is effective, and it leads to repentance or you know, belief. And so that was the kind of thinking of that song. So pretty layered answer. What are the books on our shelves? The people keep asking. Okay, so let me see. We have some Lewis going on.
Mostly Lewis.
I have the, if you guys read The Inheritance Cycle, it's Christopher Paolini. I also have the Stormlight Archive, some of those books. I think if you guys haven't read those, they're pretty good. Brandon Sanderson is pretty good. He's coming out with his fourth one soon. I don't know. We have some Tim Keller. We got some Joe Rigney, Things of Earth.
That's a good one.
Eldest is Missing, somebody says. You're right. let's see. Fantasies. Have you guys read this book by George MacDonald? I haven't yet, but somebody gave it to us, and I want to read it. Union with Christ. We've got some... The Cross of Christ, John Stott. Anyway, I'll do a different one. Okay, so next song we were going to do... Oh, let's answer a couple questions. Okay. Best part of your job. What is challenging? I'm going to skip that one. I don't know. The best part of the job is not technical things. Probably playing shows live, talking to people after shows, playing shows live.
We're making records.
Oh, somebody asked where Hitoshi is.
Hitoshi was supposed to be here.
Yeah, our cello player was supposed to be here.
He's the best.
But we in Nashville were mandated to stay home unless it was like an essential thing. And I wanted to say, well, this is essential, but I don't think it was going to work.
Yeah, that was sad.
How did you get connected to... Okay, yeah, I'm going to play another song. This one is called High Enough. And somebody... I had multiple people ask if we could play that one. And so, obviously, Propaganda is a spoken word artist who we admire a lot. And we asked him to feature on this song and for the recording. And to our surprise, he said, yeah. And we didn't know him or anything. We just kind of sent out a cold email. Our manager did or something. And we couldn't believe it. So we were so excited to have him rap on this song. But he does not live here and tour with us. And so I'm going to...
even if he did.
And even if he did. Probably, yeah. So I'm going to attempt the rap for you guys. We had a couple requests for me to do the rap. But if you want to hear how the real rap goes, just listen to the song. So here we go. Freeze the moments in time. Travel back down the corridor of Eden. See the apple shine. It was gonna be the ladder to the skies in their mind. Now set it into motion, play it back in time. It's a worn out tragedy, and though history won't repeat, we're still living in the rhyme. 'Cause we fly to the mountains high, we climb to the skies above. We sail to the stars and up. Kick it high enough. Yeah, I flung the earth, a trinket at my wrist. I said to the dawn that I don't need none of this. Kept the sky above me with infinite profundity. Believed these shoulder blades would sing his wings. Cold minds, I'm on a gold line of cold lines. And when it's go time, these cars, I ain't fold mine. I told I was gonna shine, and I screamed to the ocean like all y'all mine. Little did I know, my legs turned to lead. And you could keep a secret if one of them is dead. And you can't be an equal while being misled. And I could see the sequel playing in my head. Who hasn't imagined their arms a literal wingspan and ran as fast as they can in anticipation? But the moment the laws of aerodynamics kick in, only to be reminded of the space we live in. 'Cause we fly to the mountaintop, we climb to the skies above, we sail to the stars and up, kick it high, you know.
Tell me you'll be free like a bird in the sky, a bird in the sky, oh, oh. They tell me you'll be free like a bird in the sky, a bird in the sky, oh, oh. So tell me if you feel like a bird in the sky, bird in the sky, oh, oh, oh. So tell me if you feel like a bird in the sky, bird in the sky, oh, oh.
'Cause we fly to the mountaintop, we climb to the skies above, we sail to the stars. bars and up. We kick it high, high enough. Thank you. The crowd goes wild. Somebody comment on Facebook. Is this on Facebook? Okay.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. So let's see. Go to some. If you could learn any of your, somebody asked, Cody asked, if you could learn to sing your songs in any language, what would it be?
Oh my.
Probably Spanish. I took 5 years of Spanish in high school. What about you?
I think speaking is different than singing. I really like listening to French music, even though I don't know what they're saying. So maybe French, but I think spoken might be a different answer.
Yeah. I would say Spanish. Okay, so best things. Somebody asked, just got married in August and danced to Band of Gold. That's awesome. We love that song. Best things you did to grow your relationship in the first year of marriage.
We took a lot of walks in our neighborhood. Just everywhere. Lots of walks. Because it's a lot, we have found for us, it's a lot easier to move and have meaningful conversation than to sit down and have meaningful conversation. Yeah. So now we don't take walks at night because our son is sleeping and we have to stay at home. But we play ping pong on our porch because it helps us have better conversation.
Yes.
So, because we're moving around and...
Yes, the ping pong
it stimulates the brain and...
Yeah, it's been kind of saving us in quarantine life here. It's like, what can we do? Oh, let's go play ping pong. What's your favorite Aragon book? I really liked all of them.
Just don't listen to them on audio because the dragon voice is really hard to get over once you've heard it.
Yeah. What is some new music you're listening to? James asks. We're listening to. I've been listening to John Mark McMillan's new album. It's really good. People with Dreams. The production on it is just so good. The songwriting is so good. What are your Enneagram numbers? What is your Enneagram number?
I'm a 1.
Well, what's your wing?
I think a 1 wing 9.
I think I'm a 7 with a 6 wing. So I get really excited about stuff, and then I get worried about what I just got excited about, which is weird. Okay, so let's see. Do you have a big family? I have 5 siblings. So I grew up. My dad's a pastor, and they're out in Nova Scotia now. But we grew up. My parents were on staff at Crew at Ohio or Kent State University. Kent, Ohio is where I was born. So grew up in a big family, and maybe just tell a bit about my story. So I grew up hearing my dad, preach every week, and that was kind of my exposure to the gospel. And so thankful for all of those Sundays where it kind of was able to rehearse that story over and over again. And
he's a good preacher.
Yeah, he is. He's a really good preacher, and kind of got into my DNA so that when I did become a Christian, which was later, I think I was about 17 years old, those things were kind of able to be brought to mind much, maybe more richly or whatever, effectively, because I had kind of the knowledge part was sitting there, but just the heart change hadn't happened yet, and so but I grew up in a big family, and Nisha did not.
I have one brother who's 2 years younger than me, and he's great.
Are you going to have more of you rapping, Dave? No, that was it. For now, we'll see. Okay. Do you own a Lego Saturn V? No. Okay, so Let me see. What was the next song? This is a song called Band of Gold. Here we go. Oh, yeah. So this is Leisha's harmonium that
I'm not sure how much they can.
I don't know what you guys can see or not, but it's a bellows instrument. And
it's kind of like accordion, but it sits on your lap or on the floor, on the table or whatever, and it pumps this way instead. But it's the first. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead.
But I did. Oh. But it's the first instrument that I feel like an affection for and really love playing. So that's fine.
Here we go. I told you I was on your side. Told you I would never hide. So you can put your hand in mine, 'cause I'll be keeping by your side. I'll love you till the stars turn cold. I'll love you like this ring I hold. Yes, around it goes, a circle never knows the end of the line, and so you will find with our love. 'Cause this love is a band of gold, and the fire's burning, and when the embers feel cold. So when I hold you in my arms, I hope you know this love is a band of gold. I'm never getting over you. No, I never will be over you. Yes, I threw away the key that bound my heart to yours, to the bottom of the sea. I don't need it anymore. No, there's no turning back for us. It's only moving forward. This love is a band of gold. When the fire's burning and when the embers feel cold. So when I hold you in my arms, I hope you know this love is a band of gold. And the storms that come and cover up the moon, they may steal away the starry skies we knew. They can't take away what's true. I belong, I still belong. I belong to you. This love is a band of gold. When the fire's burning and when the embers feel cold. So when I hold you in my arms, I hope you know this love is a band of gold. It's a band of gold. That sounded good. Okay, so let me see some other questions. Can you please play Train Station? Yes, we will. We're going to do that. We'll do that song. So, a few people have asked us if there's a way that they can support us as a band. I asked our manager different ways that people can help us out. So one thing is, I guess, streaming our music is helpful in the end for our band. Like Spotify is good for us as a band. So if you're, I don't know, into a lot of people are not streaming on their phones right now because of they're not in their cars or whatever. So that helps us as a band. Buying merch or whatever. We just came out with a vinyl. That helps as a band. We started a support page like a month ago or so for our band. You can check that out. It's on our website. That's for people who kind of want to invest in our music more and It's people like you get our music before anybody else, kind of a deal. And there's a t-shirt level for that support group. You get like a Storehouse lyric tee, and I thought it'd be funny if the next person that signs up for that.
Oh yes.
We're gonna send them also a shirt and a roll of toilet paper. This is our last one, so much we love you guys. Okay, so another question. Let me see. What is the hardest thing about going on tour? Somebody asked. I don't know. Hardest thing about going on tour? Probably the lack of food choices, I would say. Just Chipotle is our go-to.
Probably the lack of sleep and downtime.
Yeah. Favorite Narnian character? Somebody just asked. What would you say?
Edmund or Eustace?
Edmund or Eustace?
How about you?
Ooh.
But the scenes with Aslan and Lucy, and any of the scenes where the four siblings are together, those are so good.
I think Lucy, yeah. Lucy or Eustace, I think. Lucy
Assuming you can't pick Aslan.
Yeah, Reepicheep, good point. Lindsay. Yeah, I should have chosen that. Okay, so doing some, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Probably to fly. Probably I would fly. Or turn invisible. Our drummer, Asher, always asks that. If you could be invincible or fly, what would you be? And I feel like he's disappointed every time people don't choose invisible.
I don't know.
Okay, so let's see. Far Kingdom, we're going to play that. So I said we're going to do Train Station. So here's that one. Alicia's going to play something called the Melodica. It's like a harmonica meets a, what would you say?
Yeah, what does that sound like?
Yeah, harmonica-ish. Does it work?
Yes.
All right. Is it? Yeah, go ahead and play the intro. Yeah. Inside of this train where the people go to try and escape, and with anxious eyes we stand in line till the cold ground shakes to tell us it's time for the trains. Yes, it's time for the trains to stop. Some were steel and some were gold. Each conductor raved. They shouted, buy your tickets, save your souls. But one conductor sang, and he shouted, you, come follow me. I'll buy your tickets and all pay your fees. 'Cause I know what you cost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost. So the rich men laughed and they walked away, but the poor ones felt that they should stay. So they told all of their friends, they told even strangers, till there were 10,000 of people succumbed that have seen this scandalous train that claims to be free. Just let it speak. So we drew a picture on the ground. just like sand. He said, throw your tickets on the floor, I'll give you mine instead. And he shouted, you, come follow me, I'll buy your tickets and pay your fees, 'cause I know what you cost. And leave me without this train, you will be lost. Your soldiers rushed in like a flood, wild-eyed, looking for blood. This would show us the one who lies, deceives, and claims his trains of grace are free. 'Cause we'll take his body to the track and lay him there, so he never comes back. You will take his body to the track, lay him there, so he never comes back. And then the ground began to shake. We felt the stone beneath us break, and he came back. He came back anyway, and there was love, and there was love. And he shouted, you, come follow me, I'll buy you tickets and pay your fees, 'cause I know what you cost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost. Believe me, without this train you will be lost. Alright, got a few more songs for you guys. One of the other things that we want to mention is it'd be cool if we could help you guys out in some way if you have been kind of affected by this whole thing, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have with the virus. If you are one of our listeners and you have like a small business, I don't know, maybe you have like an Etsy store and you make cool jewelry, or I don't know, you like make the comfiest pillows in Tennessee, or whatever it is that you do, we'd love to hear from you. If you could shoot us an email at thegrayhavensmusic.com, GRAY, and we'd love to shout about what you do on our channels in some way. Just point people to your site or whatever it is that you're up to. We'd love to do that. So let me see. What did you eat for breakfast? Somebody asked. I don't know. Sometimes I eat sardines for breakfast, which is weird. I have the Wild Planet Whole Foods sardines. I don't know why.
You can get them at Walmart, which is nice.
Okay, diamonds and gold. Somebody asked us for. Okay.
Ooh, spin on.
Ooh, I don't know if I can. All right, here we go. This is for you. I no longer see your name. All right. Well, a soul's had desire, then a fire that we finally found. Yet in darkness and cold, if you hold it, it'll never go out. Then we stumbled on some treasure and started digging underground. Whoa, when we laid down the flame, we didn't notice when the fire went out. And now we're going down. We started with soul, we're chasing diamonds and gold, throw 'em in the night. Say the crazy is fine, say we're out of our mind. We'll tell 'em alright. If the world is old, we got then alright, but it's not. not do what you want. Just remember diamonds and gold, and so they fight. It was dark, it was cold, having gold couldn't stop the night. It turns out treasure only shimmers and glimmers when it's under a fire. So we tried to relight it, find a way to ignite it. Nothing satisfied it till we let it all go to the floor. And with the gold on the ground, we heard the beautiful sound of the spark and the flame and the roar. The started with soul, riches and diamonds and gold. Throw them into the night. See the crazy is fine, say we're out of our mind. We'll tell them alright. Leave the world is old. We got up and alright, but it's not do what you want. Just remember diamonds and gold, and so they fight. So take it back to the soul, burning with the fire that we felt before. Take it back to desire, let it bloom, let it grow. If he's on top of the moon, take it higher. Take it back to the soul, burning with the fire that we felt before. Take it back to desire, let it bloom, let it grow. If he's on top of the moon, take it higher. We started with soul, no chasing diamonds and gold. Let's throw them into the night. They say we're crazy, it's fine. They say we're out of our mind. We'll tell them alright. If the world is old, we got up and alright, but it's not do what you want. Just remember diamonds and gold, and so they fight. The dramatic endings.
I always surprise Dave when I do a hey, which is fun.
James. Thanks, James. Texted us.
Oh.
Said he's loving the concert. Okay,
You
got some more. Oh, wanted to make sure that we did Take This Slowly. It's kind of one of our songs that could maybe speak to a lot of what we're going through, a lot of what you guys are going through, just in the midst of the world situations right now. And this is out of tune, but hope wherever you guys are, you're doing well. I was trying to think about a scripture that I could say. One that I keep going back to is Psalm 16, preserve me, O God, for in you I take refuge. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord, I have no good apart from you. Or Isaiah 41, I think, 10, fear not, for I'm with you, be not afraid, for I'm your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my victorious right hand. And when I get stressed out about the world or things, those are verses that I often say to myself. And this song is kind of based on a sermon series, another one by John Piper. Basically all my songs are John Piper's sermons that were condensed somehow, or some kind of Tim Keller sermons, or something that got in my head from the Bible, or my dad's sermons growing up. But this one is believing in future grace. There's this, if you guys ever read The Hiding Place, there is this father figure in the book who's kind of known as someone who always knows the right thing to say in order to kind of comfort his daughters. And one of the daughters is the main character of the book. And he, at one point in the book, she's anxious or worried about something, and kind of as an analogy or an illustration, he says, when it's time to go on the train, when do I give you the money for the ticket to go on the train? Is it 3 weeks before or 1 week before? She says, no, why? You give me the money for the ticket as I'm stepping onto the train. And I think that's a really good, it's a beautiful analogy of how God's grace is promised in the Bible to work in the life of believers is we don't have the grace right now. We're not promised the grace right now for the thing that we are going to encounter tomorrow, when what we've been anxious about will, become real-time experience. We're not promised, the grace for next week's meeting or tomorrow's whatever. We're promised grace for right now, and that can be a frustrating reality sometimes. But as I look back over my life in different experiences where I've been really anxious about something, and or really in need of something, time and time again, it's God has proven faithful and good to us. And sometimes so much so that you think you have kind of this mountaintop experience of clarity, like, how could I ever doubt again that you'll be good? The evidence is so clear that you love us and you're good. And then 2 months go by, or 2 weeks goes by, or 2 days go by, and you're kind of in the same emotional place of worry. And so anyway, this is kind of a song, or as an anthem to kind of push back against that type of thinking. So if I took all that I got, spread it out on this table, might not seem like a lot. A once glimmering joy, slowly fading from view. All the change in my pockets, not enough in this picture of you. Still I've heard all that I have, and a moment is hardly a sign of everything coming my way. I believe when I need it, it will be mine. So let's take this slowly. All I need is coming, but it's just beyond what I can see. So if my eyes press forward, fierce alarm, just turn my head back to see how we got this far, and I'll be alright. I'm not asking for mountains of riches, no silver gold. Don't need fame or fancier things I can't take when I go. Just asking for grace to carry on, grace to take joy at my place at the table, and the rock that it's standing on. Still I've heard all that I have, in a moment it's hardly a sign. If everything coming my way, I believe when I need it, it will be mine. So let's take this slowly. All I need is coming, but it's just beyond what I can see. So if my eyes press forward in fierce alarm, just turn my head back to see how we got this far, and I'll be alright. Even when I broke down, even when what I got now is is falling faster down beneath the cracks, and I don't know when it's coming back around. Even then I'll be calling out louder, loud enough to wake them up, believing. I believe I'll see it done. I believe what I will hold. What I hold will be enough. Will be enough. So let's take this slowly. All I need is coming, but it's just beyond what I can see. So if my eyes press forward in fierce alarm, just turn my head back to see how we got this far, and I'll be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. We're going to do maybe a few more. Got a few requests for a song of ours called "This Is My Soul," but we actually got a few also for this song of ours called "Silver." We are pretty inspired by C.S. Lewis and J.R. Tolkien. Probably no surprise given our band name, but I wrote this song that was inspired by a conversation that the two of them had, and the song's called "Silver." And the story goes that Lewis and Tolkien went on this kind of famous walk one night, and they were talking about myths and fairy tales and stories. And Lewis was an atheist at the time. He had been an atheist for most of his life, and had I think just become a theist. And he was 2 weeks away from, most biographies think he was a couple weeks away from becoming a Christian, so believing that Jesus was God. But this was a very influential conversation, and he was telling Tolkien, I love all these myths and fairy tales and everything, but I can never believe them because they're just lies breathed through silver. He said, beautiful ideas, but not true, deceptive. And Tolkien's response was basically to say that I believe that Christianity is what he called the true myth, the underlying reality to which all the other stories that you love so much are just echoing that. And so this story is about a silver country where people grow up and that's kind of all they know. And one day they sail away, and one day they're kind of confronted with a true song that melts away all the silver. Usually, if you come to one of our shows, we would be doing a kind of a piratey sea shanty part, the parts. But since you guys are, maybe you can sing it from your house. I don't know. So here we go. Whoa, whoa. We were sailing on waves of silver. There were echoes in the wind. When we raised our sails to capture them, the ship was lifted up and in, and they sang, whoa, 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 whoa. Now the country that we came from, they play silver melodies. And the kings and queens, they write their dreams on silver pages we would read. And they say, whoa, 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 whoa. We will cross any water, and if we find there's a flowers filled the air. When the voices fell, they broke the spell that tied us to our silver chairs. And we sang, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. We would sink into the shadows. We would carry through the night, and when the sun appeared, my God, then my fears of silver melted in the light, and we saw the world with different eyes, and we sang, whoa, 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 whoa. We will cross any water and if we find ism, there's a song and stronger and stronger, and when we find it, well, we will sound all our songs of silver. We will know if they belong. We will know if they belong. Okay, so somebody asked us the question, Gray Flowers. We've gotten a few requests for that, so we'll play that one next. Gotten a few questions about how you can pray for us, and we're going to be home. We probably won't have another show until the fall. They all got canceled, so we're going to be having more time to write, which is good. And I need prayers for lyrics. Lyrics are, for whatever reason, I'm sure it's universal with everybody that tries to write anything. But I have a year ago, I started kind of a ambitious project, lots of research and notes and reading, and so I'm trying to put that all into some kind of themed album, but it's proving very difficult at the moment. And so prayers for that, prayers for just our family, to write things that are good and true, and be a blessing to other people, and just our walk with the Lord, and for that to be rich and strong amidst not being able to go to church or our Bible study right now. Hopefully that'll end. Those mandates will end soon. But yeah, I don't know. Anything I've missed? And yes. Okay, so I'm going to do Gray Flowers, and then maybe one more or something. Is this in tune? And thanks for everybody for sticking around so late.
Yes.
Especially on the East Coast. I know it's a late start time. And if you're just tuning in, we plan to repost this concert somewhere. So if you missed it, we were going to post it again. Okay, here we go. Gray Flowers. I hope I can remember the words. Wrote this song when I was a lifeguard at Crystal Lake, Illinois, West Beach. I would go to work and the beaches would be closed because the water wasn't clean. And I was a manager, so I would have like all day at the beach with my guitar, and I would just ride for 30 minutes, get up, walk the beach, still nobody there, and go back and write the song. And I was writing with my best friend, Tom, who sent me a text. He might be watching. And I remember we were just in his basement doing this chord progression over and over again until Gray Flowers kind of, something about gray hit. So Here we go. This is Great Flowers. Color-coded town, they had one rule: no grays allowed. It was a great offense. It brought no compliments. A stranger to the town, he came and met a girl that very few would say is worth thinking of. Still he fell in love, and he brought her flowers every day. And she loved them, she loved him, she never felt that way. But they said, hey, those flowers, they are gray. They can't stand now, well, we'll let it slide. But read our signs, we don't like grays. Then one day they saw her in a dress, a gift from him, it was gray and red. It stopped them in their tracks. Ooh, they knew it matched. A revolution they were surely found inside that color-coded town. Some happy, some enraged, so they marched on over to the place where he brought her flowers every day. And she loved them, she loved him, she never felt that way. But they cried, let's take him to his grave. Can't stand now, well, we done told him once, but now he's done, they cry. So you stay away from that crazy color. Turn around, if you don't, we'll break you. You don't have anyone to save you. Says she needs me to stay, 'cause gray can take her sorrows. I will die tonight so she will know. Gray will stay in the color code, yeah. For my love I would die, you know. But before I do, let the record show that I brought her flowers every day. And she loved them, she loved me, she never felt that way. So if you feel you need some gray, that's okay, child, 'cause you know you just got to ask and I'll come back. Oh, you know you just got to ask and I'll come back. Oh, you know you just got to ask and I'll come back and give you grace. Okay, we can't, tonight we're not going to do any piano songs. We did See You Again. That was the only one that I was, we could maybe, well, we'll try to do another one of these concerts and we'll get a piano going.
Yeah.
So, two more. How about This My Soul was requested a few times. Oh yeah, let's do that.
Just a second.
Somebody asked. Oh, I can't read that. All right, this is kind of a. When people kind of ask us what our genre of music is, for now we're just going with narrative pop folk, because it's narrative-y and poppy and folky. And Alicia has kind of given titled a subgenre within the genre of narrative pop folk, which this song falls into, and she calls it creepy epic. And so this Ghost of a King would probably fall in there, but this one certainly as well. So this is This My Soul. A voice came and spoke to the silence. The words took on beauty and form. The form took its shape as a garden was born. Then man from the dust came reflecting all goodness and beauty and life. but he lowered his gaze as he listened to the face of low desires. In this my soul you were born into. What this man has done, it all extends to you. Let the word shake on down along your spine, ring out true, that you might find new life. The voice came in swords, blocked the garden. None could return with their lives. A curse that was placed upon every man to face for all of time. No wisdom of man or rebellion could deliver new life out of death. But the voice with a curse spoke a promise that the word would take on flesh. This my soul you were born into. What this man has done, it all extends to you. Let the word shake on down along your spine, ring out true, that you might find. And then the perfect Son of Man, he took the place the voice had planned since the garden and before. He took the swords and cursed the grave. There's nothing more to separate us from the promise. The words of a living hope. In this my soul you were born into. What this man has done, it all extends to you. Let the word shake on down along your spine, ring out true, that you might find. Let the word shake on down along your spine, ring out true, that you might find new life. Gonna do one more song for you guys, and again, we're so thankful for you guys and listening to our music and just supporting us as a band. For 7 years we've been doing this, and just really thankful that we do get to write and record music and tour and all of that, and we're just thankful. And a special thank you to, I didn't say this yet, a special thank you to everyone that did support us. We put out that video a month ago, and just we're kind of really encouraged and thankful by the people that did that, and just want to say if that's you, we're really thankful for you, and even if you just listen to our music too, or you just stumbled on this page and you have no idea who we are, we're thankful for you too. So okay, Far Kingdom, this is gonna be our last one for the night. We're maybe going to do another one of these. And again, thanks for listening. river we will know, ever clear and ever full, from the fount that overflows in the light of the King. And when we drink it, we will find that this joy ever full will ever rise. It'll rise on in the kingdom, in the kingdom. There is a far kingdom on the other side of the glass, and by a faint light we see. Still there is more gladness, longing for the sight than to behold or be filled by anything. There's a river we will know, ever clear and ever full, from the fount that overflows in the light of the King. And when we drink it, we will find that this joy ever full will ever rise. It'll rise on in the kingdom, in the kingdom. There is a far kingdom there at the end of the sea, where they know my name. And until that far, far kingdom calls me home, oh my soul, I will wait for the river we would know, ever clear and ever full, from the fount that overflows in the light of the King. And when we drink it, we will find that this joy ever full will ever rise, and it'll rise on in the kingdom, in the kingdom. And it'll rise on in the kingdom, in the kingdom. Thank you guys so much for listening once again. God bless you guys. We're gonna stay tuned for what we're gonna do next with this. Who knows? What's gonna happen. So, anywho, shoot us an email if you got suggestions about how we can do this differently next time. And love you guys.
Thank you.